I want to start off being vain. And by vain, I'm talking about my last name, Veins. No, just kidding. It's Van Ness. I went to the plastic surgeon place or the beauty place or whatever you call it, MD Skin Lounge.
Yeah, you got it right.
And I went and I did a couple of these procedures, right? One Kyle and I have done before. It's called the Scarlet, where they take. I don't even know what the benefits of it are. Do you know?
It's basically supposed to like stimulate collagen to rebuild your skin cells, so it tightens your skin.
So and it hurts.
And it's amazing.
And they did my face. So they do my face. They had to put numbing cream on my face and my neck because they zap the hell out of your whole face. So what it feels like and what it looks like the rest of the day is that I'm sunburned as hell, right? Mm-hmm. But that was beside the point. I was there really to try this new machine they got, an ab machine.
Go on.
And I was the first person in the state to do it. The first normal person. Like a couple people that worked there have tried it, right? And
you're crazy.
I know.
I had to be like, no, test it out a little more, and then I'll come in.
Well, guess what? During the time that I did it. Well, first, so what it does is it gives you like, it's the equivalent of 20,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. I thought it was 2,000 sit-ups. But no, I was incorrect. 20,000 sit-ups in 30 minutes. And during the time, so you know those AirPods that you put in your ears? Picture those, two of those, but huge. And they put those on your stomach. They rest them on your stomach and they strap them in. And those things like just emit bolts of, I don't know what, electricity. And they make your abs like, you know what I mean? They
contract.
They contract hard. And then while they're not contracting, another piece of energy comes in and starts hammering.
So you like squeeze even more.
Oh, it's brutal.
Oh,
and then they increase it. Like first we'll start off at 4%, at 5%, and then we're going to go to 20%, and then we're going to go to 60%, and then when you get to 100%, it's like you're like. So I put it on my Instagram. On my Instagram, I'm at 100%, and it is like a mofo. And twice, I broke the machine.
What do
and
you
they
mean
were
you
like,
broke the
machine?
machine?
Just stopped, and they were like, and of course, I would say this happens to me all the time. This happens to me all the time, but I was the first person. They said, "Oh God, we've never seen this before."
Of course,
and they had to call the manufacturer. and I don't know if the machine got hot. I think that maybe I had too much body fat for the electricity to go through.
Okay, let me ask you. Remember when I bought that as seen on TV thing, and you put this solution on your stomach, and you wear this belt around that has batteries, and it shocks you?
The ab belt.
The ab belt.
I remember that.
Yeah.
I bought one of those, and obviously it has done nothing for me. But do you feel like this is the professional grade version of that?
It must be, but there was
Sounds the
no gel
same.
or anything they put on. They just put this thing on me.
Are you sore?
Not at all.
Okay, how does that work then?
I know, because I have to go back 3 more times in a week. In a week. So, and then hopefully, the whole thing doesn't break down. But I was all excited about my abs.
You weren't checking for abs this morning?
No, I'd glance and I'm like,
I think when they say it's going to take 4 after the first treatment, you don't really expect a lot. But I've seen like the before and afters for this one, and like I want to do it. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
I haven't seen
Like,
before
it's
and
like,
afters. I just
all
did
of a sudden, it's like you go from like, and I think they're very specific about like the amount of body fat you can have to be eligible to do this particular
Oh,
treatment.
you got to be in a zone?
Yeah, because it won't work if
Okay.
there's too much body fat. But it's
that's
like,
my problem.
No,
That'd be a horrible
you have
appointment.
less than you think.
Yeah.
You have body dysmorphia. That's like you're in a lot better shape than you think. But it's like these people go from like, okay, decent stomach to like, oh my gosh, like they're like bodybuilder.
Really? That's what I was hoping for. And then I guess it also can do your butt. They'll put it on your butt, and if you're a woman, it pumps up your butt, right? And I was like, well, what if you're a guy? And they said, well, a lot of guys don't do it. And I said, why not? They go, and this is what they said. Well, a lot of our, just a lot of guys don't do it. And I was like, well, I want to do it.
You want a nice peach?
I want a nice butt. And they're like, okay, we can try that. I'm like, let's go. So maybe I'll do the butt next week. But I'm all excited.
Is it expensive to do, or do you don't even look? Yeah,
I
of
didn't
course.
look.
I know.
I don't
Kyle's
just
it
go.
expensive to do?
I don't think any
I'm
procedures are not like cheap, something like that. But it's an investment you make in yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's like someone asked me yesterday about stem cells because I do that too. And they're like, how much is it? And I go, I don't know. It's different for every person. You know, it
Yeah.
all depends on how many sessions you get and the packages you get. It's all different. You know, but while I was there, I was so jealous because Kyle keeps one-upping me.
How?
Because where were you yesterday?
Oh, seriously? I had my annual at the OBGYN.
I was like, why can't I be there?
You're so ridiculous.
She posted a picture of her and her doctor. Like, that doctor looked so happy. That doctor was
so
like,
nice.
score! This is what I went to school for.
No. It's weird because like I've opened up about it before, how like somehow my husband and I have become friends with my gynecologist, which is bizarre. Like he's delivered both of my children, and then somehow we've all developed this friendship. And so I'm sitting on the exam table, and first what they do is they sort of they make sure that there aren't any lumps in your breast. So he's sitting there examining my boobs, really, but professionally, not weird. And we're like, he's like, yeah, you're going to text me next time Scott goes to hit balls so we can, go that up. I'm like, I don't know. He does it in middle of the day. And I'm just like, it seems so normal as it's happening. But in retrospect, as I'm driving away, I'm like, how weird is that? Is that weird? Is that weird that it's not weird when it's happening? And then I go down this whole rabbit hole of thought process. It is kind of weird. Then he moves down to the actual exam, and we're like, yeah, so what's going on with your house? Because we happen to use the same builder, and we're talking about house stuff.
So you're having normal conversation
Normal.
while it's happening.
Totally normal. And leading up to me having this particular doctor, I always was like, I could never have a dude as a gynecologist. I could just never.
Yeah.
And after you deliver my babies, I'm like, isn't it at its worst? No big deal. But then become friends, and every other exam I've ever had, when I'm comfortable with the female doctor or whatever, it was I was always silent during that time. Okay. Then you just keep going, right? It's almost like the conversation can't possibly continue as these other things are happening. But with Dr. Boog, with my doctor, it's just yeah, so what else is new? Oh, yeah, you're going on a medical mission. That's really cool.
But he's at the
It's a better
time,
experience.
he's on the other end of the stirrups with the sheet, and his head is between your knees.
Everything's
doing his
out
thing,
there.
right? And
Everything.
he's in there. So he's talking. You don't see him.
No.
Because his head is there. So you're you're the guy, you're looking up at the ceiling, and he's in there going, hey, Kyle, so.
Yeah, he's like, hey, we're going to the Philippines this time on the medical mission. And I'm like, okay, sounds really cool.
Does he see something? Oh, that reminds me. Go to the Philippines. I wonder what.
Oh
I don't know. Just, what does he see?
I didn't ask. Looks like a map down there. Reminded you. I have no
Yeah,
idea.
he's speaking of, we were thinking of getting a canoe. What is it? What is it that he,
Then
what,
I'm out.
I'm just trying to think,
Stand in the corner.